Hey everyone, Elite Trainer CJ here. I haven't made a fish video in a while. Actually, a lot has changed since then. I actually got myself right here what is known as a super aggressive tank. So if you look down here, the thing with the black stripes and a little bit of orange, that is a convict cichlid. Those are actually really aggressive. They get to about 5, maybe 6 inches at the most. They do chase after smaller fish, so if you see like these guppies up here, when they get big enough, they're just gonna eat them up. I tried to put them in there for that reason, but I thought that they'd chase after the smaller ones, but I grabbed a couple of the bigger ones on accident. These little things with the suckers on their mouths, those are Garufas. I actually moved them from my community tank because they, they really just attack the smaller fish, because I guess it's part of their diet is smaller fish. They would attack anything that's slow, and they actually like suck off the protective slime coat on the backs of the fish. And these fish are big enough that they can survive with the common cichlids. Haven't really seen any problems with them. They kind of just swim and do whatever they want, and the cichlids kind of leave them alone. These right here, I got a third one somewhere, but I got 2 of them right here. These are firemouth cichlids. They get about to 5.5 inches at the most. Actually, there's a third one. They actually, yeah, they're really aggressive too, just like the convicts, and they stay right around the same size, so I figured, hey, let's go ahead and get those. And then down here is a rainbow shark, swimming right here. That actually gets about 6, maybe 7 inches at the most. It eats the extra stuff on the floor. And yeah, actually, I got a common Pleco right here. When it gets too big, I'm actually going to donate it to the pet store, because this is only a 55-gallon right here. So those actually get to 2 feet long. So once it gets too big, right now it's still a baby, because it's maybe like 2 inches at the most, 1.5, 2 inches at the most. So when it gets too big, I will actually get rid of it. I'll donate it, so that way they can get it to a home that has the right size tank and everything for it. Right here, funny story about this crab right here. So I had a crab in my 20-gallon that actually moved to a 40-gallon, and I didn't see the crab at all when it was in there. Crabs are known as escape artists, and I'm actually surprised that this one hasn't been. Well, I mean, it makes sense because the only escapes, like the only thing they can climb to is up these air tubes, but the bubbles get in the way, so I can't really get a good grip on them. I also got a current fan. So the crab's kind of in there because the other tank has easy access to get out. I have lids, but they're just glass lids. So the bats actually don't have cover over them. So if it gets out, I guess it gets out. But so far it's just hanging out in the crevices of the sponge filters, just because the other fish have kind of been picking on it, probably because it's small. But they actually only stay about 2.5 inches at the most wide. They don't get tall, of course. Actually, I got a couple of fish. I am acclimating into the tank right now. These 2 right here, these are known as yellow bellies. They look really cool. They're known as yellow bellies just because they, yellow on the bottom. But they also get the black stripe that goes down the center of their body. They get to about 5.5 inches long. So they're pretty cool. And then these 2 right here, I think this one right here, I don't think you can see it too well. That is a green terror. That gets about to 8 inches at the most. So that'll probably be king of the tank eventually. And then this one right here is a brilliant jewel cichlid. Now these get to about 5.5 inches at the most, 6 inches, right around the same size as your convicts and your firemouth. So I was like, I want to get a tank that, they're all right around the same size, so that way they can't pick on each other. And they're all actually kind of fast enough to where they can kind of fend for themselves. If you can see that guppy right there, the tail's been kind of like ripped up. And that's because the cichlids actually just try to nibble on their tail a little bit. The fish don't actually fit in their mouth right now, so they can't eat them. But the reason why I put some guppies in there is because, well, I have this community tank, and the guppies, okay, I started off with like maybe 5 guppies. I mean, this is all just from 5 guppies. And I actually gave away about 100 of them already. And actually, I put out there that I wanted to get rid of some of these as well. I actually want to get down to a decent size, like maybe like a handful. So a lot of these would go to new homes, and then any females that I keep probably give birth to some babies that I actually use as feeder fish for that tank right there. So let's go ahead and look into this a little bit more. My son loves SpongeBob, so I kind of did like a SpongeBob theme. Right here, cool fish right here. I actually have 2 of them right here. It's called a German blue ram, and actually that's the electric blue ram. So they're like the same type of fish, except for this one's got way more blue to it. The German blue ram, I don't know why they call it a blue ram. I guess when it gets, gets older, the blue would come out. It's more of a yellow with black. So those look pretty cool. In the bag, we have 2 golden rams. We also have an angelfish. Now, angelfish are actually cichlids, but they can't be put in a cichlid tank because they're slow. They would get attacked and killed. So I'm going to keep them in the community tank right here. This is a 40-gallon breeder. So, I mean, it's a breeder, so there's a lot of guppies. I did have them in a 10 and a 20-gallon, and they just kind of like ate up all the space. So I was like, well, it's time to upgrade, I guess. But if you have one angelfish that's not aggressive whatsoever, they might actually get picked on, but they can fend for themselves just because they are cichlids, so they still have that bit of aggression to them, but mostly they're, friendly. Same with the rams. They get picked on. I don't know why, but pet stores say that they're semi-aggressive, but these fish actually get picked on by bigger fish. And so, if they're breeding or mating or whatever, they do get a little bit aggressive just to protect the fry. But other than that, they're very peaceful fish. My electric blue rams and my German rams get along very well with all these fish. And you can actually see some mollies in here. My brother actually gave me some mollies to put in this tank, because one of my mollies died from giving birth to, I think I have a baby one in here still. One of these white with black dots is actually one of my babies. All the other ones came from my brother. But yeah, they gave me some, I actually have a couple neon tetras. I have some other ones. I don't really know where they are. I think one of them died, because I got it from a store that I knew was, I knew that don't really take care of their fish all that well, so I'm not going back there again. All the fish that I get lately have come from smaller stores, family-owned stores that I completely trust, because they've always given me really good fish, and they're actually still alive. Like a lot of these guppies, my Gararufas, my other cichlids, and then a couple of the Corridors. I have, let's see, where are they at? They're kind of in the back corner here. I got about 4 Albino Corridors, and then I got this one. I do believe one of the Gararufas like sucked off part of the skin, some of the scales off of the body, so it kind of just shelters itself inside SpongeBob's house. I mean, I don't blame it. The Gararufas, like, they suck scales off and also suck off the protective coats on fish. The slime, whenever you catch a fish, they feel a little slimy. That's their protective coats to protect their scales and all that. But got an orange. Have an orange molly right here. My brother says the mom actually gave birth to more babies. I do have a couple of baby snails in here, but of course they're too small to really see. We got Squidward's house, and we also got the crusty crab. My son's like, hey, I want a Patrick's house. So I might just get like a roundish rock and put it like somewhere in this tank. I don't know. Got a lot of rocks in here. I wanted more of a natural feel to it. Got some wood. And then got a fake plant back there. I might try out live plants eventually, but for now, that's fine. Got a moss ball back there to help suck up some nutrients. Keep the tank pretty good. Actually, the big rock right here and also the smaller rock in the front here actually came from Alabama when we went and visited my parents. Then we got like this little Asian house looking thing. It's pretty cool. I do have a couple of clown Plecos. They actually hide in the caves here. I don't know if I can get to see them at all. They like to hide on the roofs and also on the tops of the rocks. Don't really see any right now, but they're nocturnal, so they try to stay away from the light as much as possible. But yeah, if you want to see more fish videos, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell. And if you want me to show you these fish when they get bigger, do like a feeding video, that'd be cool. If I end up doing live plants, I might make a video and show my progression with it. I actually used sand. I did have rots before, just because sand is actually a bit easier to clean. All I have to do is take my hose that I used for draining the tank and gently put it on top of the sand, not going into the sand because it would suck it up. But if I glide over the top of the sand, all this gunk that you see, I think I actually got to clean the tank soon, within the next day or two. That gets sucked up easily. The sand won't, maybe a tiny bit of sand will, but not enough to, you know, put a dent in the amount of sand that's in here. Also, all you have to do is just put your hand through, kind of shift the sand around so that way gas bubbles that come from, you know, uneaten food and, you know, fish poop, they actually form in sand. I don't think this sand is thick enough because I only did maybe about a ½ inch across the bottom, so it's pretty thin. This one, on the other hand, I would see some bubbles being formed, but the Dara roofers are really good at taking care of extra food. They're definitely food hobs. So whenever I feed them, I got to do a tiny bit of overfeeding. They actually really love. All my fish in here really love cichlid flakes. I also got some frozen bloodworms that I feed them and some brine shrimp, and they go crazy for that. I got some cichlid pellets that they're not too fond of, probably because they're still smallish. I mean, the Dara roofers would eat anything though. And then my community tank actually takes tropical flakes and some bloodworms. I have these veggie rounds I use for the Dara roofers every now and then, and also the sucker fish and the corridors that I have in here. They really like to gobble them up, but so do the regular fish. I also use bloodworms and brine shrimp, the frozen blocks that you put in there. They eat just about anything I put in there, except for other fish, because, you know, too small. But yeah, other than that, I think this is a pretty full video. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.